Hey everybody, I'm Atticus and welcome to Greenville Glides here. I'm going to give you a demonstration as to how the Segways work. Alright? So first things first thing you're going to do is you're going to want to learn how to get on and off the Segway. If you saw the end of the video, it said never let go of your Segway. It's always rolling forward when it's in balance mode. That's because you can go lean it up against the wall, up against the curb when we're out and about like that. Okay? So the important thing is stepping on, what you want to do is you want to treat this like a joystick because it tilts. It tilts left and right. It doesn't turn like a bicycle. Actually, that's a Zyke. But it doesn't turn, so a lot of people kind of forget that and then like, oh yeah, I got to lean it. All right, so it's like a joystick on your Xbox, PS3. Some of the older folks, there's no one old here, but Atari. And when you step on, you just want to hold it with one hand because then you'll stand up nice and straight. And then pick either foot and just put it right in the center, okay? And then you want to step on nice and easy. You want to use 100% of your leg power to step on, all right? Now, you don't want to step on, you don't want to put any weight on it if you're stepping in the back, because then the Segway thinks you're on it, it's going to start to roll away, right? If you put it forward, it's going to go like this. It looks really awkward. It's called the Segway hop, and it happens a lot. But that's usually when people try to get on and off by themselves. So I'm going to be helping you along the way. Let me help you get on and off. That's the safest thing to do. But just in case we get stuck at a light or something, you do have to get off for some reason. It's important to know how to do it. So once again, you step on. Then you put both hands on here. Now when we're riding around, keep at least one hand on here at all times. Please no cell phones, no selfies. I was telling them earlier that I had a guy turn around. It was my very first tour. I turned around, the guy's smoking. Like, how the heck did he do that? That took some talent, Like, I would have done it, I didn't think I could handle it. So anyway, you just got to be super careful with that. Now, left and right on a Segway is done with the handlebar here. It tilts to the left, tilts to the right, and then forward and backward is all done with these sensors here. There's a lot of sensors down here. So you want to keep your feet centered, like the arch of your foot right over the center here. And as you start to lean forward, the Segway moves forward. As you start to lean back, the Segway rolls backward, okay? So obviously, riding around is a combination of leaning forward and tilting the bar. This very light touch on the bar, that's all you really need. Then stopping is a two-part process. These things don't have any brakes, so don't worry about that. Neither do your skis or your skates, right? So stopping is you're rolling forward, and then you lean back until you stop and straighten out. In other words, don't keep leaning back. So stopping is like this. Boom. If you have to stop fast, right? So I'm going to do that again. If you have to stop suddenly, you just kind of lean back and just don't keep rolling backwards. You don't want to roll backwards too fast, because watch this. Start to get that growling, grinding sound. The reason it growls or grinds is so you feel it in your feet in case you're outside and there's a lot of traffic or music or something like that. That way you can feel it. It's a good idea to try to step off regardless, like this thing didn't shut off. But if you hear that, it means maybe you went up a hill too fast or over a bump, or you got some air as you went over one of the ramps or something like that. So, all right. Now, there's no reason really to go backwards, because remember the video it said this thing has a 0-degree turning radius. So if you're stuck somewhere, you just turn 180 degrees and go forward, right? Now, when we go outside, you want to watch out for all kinds of obstacles. There's lots of obstacles out there. Pedestrians, they don't hear us from behind, They have kids, they have dogs. The dogs are usually on leashes, so they're pretty good. Sometimes they like to run out and scurry out. Unfortunately, the kids are not on leashes, unless they're like from Europe or something like that. But they'll just wander all over the place. They'll look up and go, look at that Segway, and they'll run right in front of you. They'll walk up the windows. So I'll say, little kid alert, dog alert. We did a dog test earlier, so you can try to think of your favorite dog and pretend you're coming up to your favorite dog and have to stop. Had to do that the other day. This dog scampered out of the car, and this lady came to a good stop. And said, see, that's why we practice this. Other obstacles out there are curbs, trash cans, trees, all these stationary objects. If you come along, you can see the couch is kind of scuffed down there, but if you were to clip the clip something stationary, this thing's going to start to shake. It's going to do everything in its power to shake you off the Segway. So be careful. On a bike, your wheels are in the center of your body, right? So you don't tend to think of your surroundings so much, but here you want to have that safety zone around you. When you get together for pictures, make sure that your wheels aren't touching each other. Like, I'll line you up for pictures, but just be careful when your wheels touch each other, then both of you start to do that. Just make sure we get it on video so we can put it on YouTube if you do like that.
Yeah.
All right, and other than that, we're going to go single file. You might be a little nervous at first. I mean, that's okay. But one of the problems on a Segway is it seems so easy that you could be a little too confident. You don't want to get so confident you're like, yeah, I'm cool. You do this too much, all of a sudden it might shut off and go boop, right? Don't turn in place non-stop. Segway doesn't like that either. It'll kind of give you a little warning and then shut down. So confidence, overconfidence will cause trouble. Carelessness will cause trouble. But we're just going to go single file, have a ton of fun, and stop in numerous places. Every time we come to a stop, I'll just roll my Segway up, park it like this, and you guys can come behind me. We'll park them right behind each other, or side by side if there's enough room. And other than that, here we go. So time to do some training.